Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel, and also welcome back to our Animal Crossing Let's Play. You've probably read it in the title or on the thumbnail. We are dealing with a bit of a burnout at the minute. I'm gonna go into it. I'm gonna try to kind of tell you a couple of the things that I usually have done in the past to kind of overcome it. I don't know how well that's going to work today. I was running around this island. I haven't played in a while. I haven't uploaded a video in a while. There's been a couple of things that happened recently that have kind of made that a bit difficult for me. So yeah, we'll try to get back into the groove. And I was thinking so that I can kind of like talk throughout the entire thing. Maybe I'll work somewhat on like this area here, which I do believe is going to be sort of just like a transitional yeah, filler. I know some of you don't like me to call these areas filler areas, or I guess like transitional is probably fine. But yeah, just kind of some natural, hopefully pretty moments. Okay, let me pick up my storage shed and my workbench, and then we'll kind of set out to work. So what happened in the past couple of weeks? In case you're watching this much later, then you're probably just continuing to watch from the last episode. You might be confused because there's not really any time in between. If you are watching the Let's Play in real time, it's been about, I think, 3 weeks now since I uploaded the last episode. And to be perfectly honest with you, I don't know if I'm quite ready to even record and upload one today, but I think it is time. And I want to kind of tell you about what's going on in my head. So here we are. So basically, the initial reason for me not posting for like 1 week was that I was about to visit my parents. And like the week just before that was like actually very, very stressful because I kind of had a tattoo appointment, and I also still needed to, you know, get my hours in at work and everything. And so I was kind of just like, okay, you know what? I'll maybe not overwhelm myself for once, and we'll maybe not do like 2 or 3 videos or whatever, and we'll kind of just take it a little bit slower. Okay, I'll start as usual with a couple of tree spots here, which I think we're gonna go relatively, yeah, easy on them because I don't want to cover any of the neighborhood. I just want to have a little bit of greenery from like the front here. So we'll see how that goes. Yeah, so I basically kind of canceled or like said that I wasn't going to upload that 1 week. And then that week ended up being a bit more of a mess than I initially anticipated because I kind of got sick. I still don't really know what it was. Okay, I want something like in between the bamboo and the pink tree there. But I ended up having to go to the hospital twice. Once I just kind of stopped by and I was like, you know, please help me. And they were like, you're probably fine. And kind of sent me home, which was like very weird. Anyways, the second time I got picked up by an ambulance and I stayed there for like a day. I'm much better now, don't worry. I'm actually like totally back to normal. I do think so. But yeah, that kind of put a damper on my general mood, I would say. And also, my shovel's breaking. And also, I did have to cancel my tattoo appointment. I had to cancel my hairdresser's appointment. Like that was a week, you know. It's been a bit of an interesting time. So yeah, the second time I went to the hospital was the weekend. That was like a Saturday, I believe. And then I got back home on Monday and I went back to work because I was feeling much better, but I still kind of woke up every day sort of feeling like dizzy and a little bit shaky. And so I decided the best thing to do was to kind of just cancel the videos for that time because it was, I don't know, if I had worked and then afterwards continued to kind of record and edit and kind of stress myself out about it, I think it probably would have been pretty bad and not made the entire situation any better. Yeah, much more to the contrary, I think. Okay, I think I want to put either a pink one or a green, maybe like a pink hardwood. Let's try that. So yeah, and so for the week after my hospital visit, that was kind of me still recovering, still kind of, you know, low energy, sort of shaky feeling, jittery feeling. And then I think, so last week, Friday, I believe I started finally feeling better. And I was, yeah, kind of getting back to kind of a normal place, I would say. However, throughout that time, I don't know exactly what happened or how it happened, but I think I entered a little bit of a burnout phase considering Animal Crossing. And I just I've not had the desire to pick up any of my Switches. Actually, I had to charge my Switch before recording today because it was completely empty. And to those of you who don't know, I do have more than one Switch. And I think apart from my OLED, because I've been using that one for work as well, like every single one of my Switches is completely empty. That's how long I haven't like picked it up and used it and charged it and stuff. So yeah, I can't really explain what's going on right now. I think after 4 years, you know, it's finally gotten to me too. And so I was kind of contemplating what to do today. I was like, I don't know if I'm feeling like inspired to even pick up my Switch and play and decorate on this island, because it feels kind of like a necessity right now, which I really don't like. And I think it kind of goes, or generally feels like that for content stuff right now, which I really hate, because usually it was always kind of like, ooh, I want to share like this specific, you know, video, or I want to create like this specific area on my island. And right now it's more a question of, or it's more a matter of like, oh, I still need a video. What can I do? And that's not really the best scenario for content creation, I think. So, yeah, why am I telling you this? Because I feel like I need to. Well, we've been kind of working on this island for such a long time now, and I do not want to abandon it, but I do have to say that I have been having like kind of a hard time recently, because it also feels like I just haven't, I don't know, my decorating recently hasn't been great, I think, at least if I listen to the comments, I guess, which is fine. Don't worry. I'm like, they haven't been like rude or anything. But yeah, so I just have not had the desire to like pick up my Switch, and I don't really know what I'm doing. And technically this could be a tree, or like a tree. Maybe we can make that a tree stump. How about like a small cedar tree stump? So I guess, what can we do? First of all, you know, if you have like any sort of video requests or ideas, obviously this isn't your responsibility, so you don't need to come up with stuff for me. But if there's anything that you've been wanting to see, feel free to kind of let me know. Maybe there's gonna be the one thing that kind of, you know, sparks my inspo again. I'm gonna be like, oh my god, yes, that's something I want to make a video about, or stuff like that. So if there is anything, you know, feel free to put it in the comments. I'd love to read it. And then apart from that, you know, one of the things that has recently helped me, because I do get a lot of questions about people being like, how do you still play this game? Like after all this time, how do you still pick it up? How do you still feel inspired to play Animal Crossing? And well, right now that's not really the case. I'm just kind of struggling to put anything together. I feel like generally I always said kind of, I think it's the fact that so much of my day or so much of my job was kind of like Animal Crossing, and I made the time for it. I think that was like a big part for me. Okay, wait, we have like a shell partition right there already. And then I've used the simple wooden fencing. Okay. But yeah, like a lot of times I just really, I made the time for it. I like sat down, you know, and I was about to stream. And when I streamed, I played Animal Crossing. And so I feel like that just really helped me, because I just got into that mindset. I think like that's something I've been saying in the past, like getting into the mindset, I think is very important for Animal Crossing. So I was like, maybe, you know, maybe this is the solution. Maybe me like just sitting down to record something is gonna be the actual solution here. But also at the same time, I don't know. I absolutely have no idea if it is. Okay, shall I time travel first so that I can kind of picture a couple of these trees here before I like stack things around them? That might make sense. I do not believe I have enough room. I mean, I could get rid of the tree stuff. I don't think I have enough room for all the flowers. Let me get rid of all the tree things, and then we're gonna time travel, and then we're gonna plan out those trees. So let's go and skip. I'm gonna try not to forget where I was in my like monologue, I guess. And we're gonna skip 2 days to the future. You know, I think I should have written down a couple of like bullet points of what I wanted to talk about, because I didn't even talk about all the things that I feel like are, you know, kind of playing into my burnout moment at the minute. Okay, wait. 2 cedar trees, but one of them is gonna be cut down, so that's nice. Yeah, I think this is nice, right? This is kind of cute. So because on the one hand side, it was definitely just, I guess, like playing the game for such a long time. At some point you're going to enter, or, you know, it's been kind of an ebb and flow of inspo in the past like few years already. So you're going to enter stages where you're more inspired to create something, and also times when you're not really. Like, that's just, I feel like that's very normal. I feel like hopefully most of you can somewhat relate to that. And it's definitely kind of ebbed and flowed for me in the past too. And I've always kind of come back out of like a, is it called a rut? But yeah, so basically like times when I wasn't feeling super inspired, it's always kind of gone back to being fine. But I do think that there's a couple of things playing into it, which number one, I mean, me being sick and kind of being like torn out of my routine, because a lot of like, you know, you have a certain routine going on. If you have like a certain amount of maybe videos or just a certain amount of content going out every week or every month generally, then you just kind of get into a routine and you just kind of continuously create stuff, and it's kind of fine. Whereas, you know, now with me being sick and completely like sick to the point of like I had to go to the hospital and stuff, which isn't like a very typical sort of occurrence, I would say, that kind of definitely, yeah, just dragged me out of that, I think, and just generally missing that one now. Okay, I'm trying to think about whether I want this bamboo tree to be taller. I do think so. It might be nice if there's like a little bit of green coming into that space. Right there. I do think that would be cute. Okay, maybe we can also have some wheat fields somewhere here. I'm just trying to kind of think of where, because we already have so many to the bottom there. Yeah, so dragging me out of the routine because of being sick. So maybe, you know, maybe this is one more argument for just having to get out of that, like having to just get back to creating, if that makes sense. Which I guess I'm doing right now. And then also, you know, in the past few months, to those of you who don't know, I kind of started like a new job at the start of March this year. And prior to that, because of like ending my studies and COVID and everything happening at the same time, I did content creation as kind of like a full-time job, very unexpectedly so. And it was like an incredible thing and like a big privilege, but it was also, it wasn't supposed to be my full-time job. And so I had been looking to find something else maybe. Oh, see, I kind of maybe like that. I don't know if the gyrate gets like hidden a bit too much, but I kind of don't mind that one. Although actually not sure. Yes, and then I found something really awesome, and so I started a new job at the start of March, and so ever since then, it's like a 22-hour, 22 hours per week sort of job, so it does take up like a considerable amount of my time, of course, like definitely, I definitely have much less time for content creation now compared to before. Okay, I'm not loving like any of this. Can I check if I have a shell partition to the front here as well? Because maybe we can put one on the cliff there. Oh yeah, we do. Okay, we kind of do. So that I feel like that's too close together. We shouldn't already use one. Maybe a pond stone, and then maybe the next shell partition could just be like somewhere over here. Yeah, so I've been having much less time for content creation, which is totally fair because I do really like my job, but it was definitely a bit of a change. And, you know, prior to that, I spent so much of my day, like every single day, thinking about Animal Crossing and just thinking about what to create, what islands to make, what things to build. And so you're just very much in that headspace of, you know, creating stuff. And so you don't ever like really enter the burnout phase, I guess. Whereas now my brain is like being taken, oh, there's a pond stone right there. Okay. Maybe not. Maybe pond stone can be over there then in front of the cedar tree. It might also be nice. yeah, now it is definitely being taken up by other things, and there's just not as much room. And so I have like a lot of times where until I actually sit down and create something, or until I actually sit down and like stream, for example, I haven't really thought about what I'm gonna do. And then I'll sit there and be like, oh crap, what is it? What am I gonna work on today, you know? And adding on to that, there's also other things that are taking up my head right now, or my brain. One of them being Stardew Valley. So to those of you who haven't, or who don't watch like Twitch or my streams generally, I've been very much obsessed with Stardew Valley recently. Ever since the 1.6 update came out, I started a perfection file, which is basically where you try and, yeah, like complete the game, sort of, you know, have like every item shipped, every fish caught, every item donated to the museum, and so on and so forth. Like, it's a lot of planning that goes into it. I've got an entire Notion page for it and everything. So it's been taking up a considerable amount of my brain power, and it's been kind of the game that I mainly wanted to play on stream recently. So there's been that. And at the same time, if you have been in one of my streams recently, or if you happen to follow me on Twitter, maybe, you might know that I am like very, very deeply obsessed with Bridgerton at the moment. And it's gotten to the point where like I cannot think of anything else. Like all day long, all I think about is season 3 of Bridgerton. And I watch all sorts of like promo stuff, all the interviews, every like fan edit that I can find. I have rewatched the first part of the season, like of season 3. I don't know. My roommate and I have been watching it, like rewatching it all the time. We kind of lost count. We do think we're maybe at like number 6 or 7, like rewatch 6 or 7. So like it's actually really, it's like it's not even funny anymore. Like the way that I'm obsessed with that show right now is like a full-time job, honestly. And it's becoming a little tragic, you know? And then I read like fan fiction about, like, I really just, all my brain power currently is taken up by that show. I have not had a single stream in the past few weeks where I haven't talked about Bridgerton, because it's just so like, it's just so present in my life at the minute. And so it's making it somewhat hard to kind of think about Animal Crossing, which sounds so weird. And it's like, obviously it's not a real problem to have, you know? But yeah, since Animal Crossing is technically, or content creation generally, like gaming, it is part of my job. So like I am struggling a bit, and I'm trying to think of like ways to focus enough for me to just create videos, I guess. I still want to include some wheat fields here. Yeah, so I don't really know what this tells you or me, except, you know, apart from the fact that I am obsessed with Bridgerton and it is all I can think about. We'll see how that kind of continues so next week, to those of you who don't know, Bridgerton is a Netflix show. It's like a romance Regency sort of drama. It's amazing. If you haven't seen it, you know, I can only highly recommend it, but I'm definitely not neutral in that advice, I guess. I don't know. But I really love it. I really love it a lot. And it's been, so season 3 came out, or the first part of season, because they split it up into kind of 2 parts. The first part came out in the middle of March, and then the next part is actually going to come out next week. So we'll see how my obsession changes once the show is like, is done. Or not the show is done, but the season is done. Okay. Yeah, not loving that either. Maybe I can move one of them to the right hand side. Oh, God, this perspective stuff, I say this every time, but I really I hate it sometimes, because it's all the running back and forth is annoying. Anyways, okay, maybe sort of like this here, and then this here could be like a shrub, I guess. Yeah, so we'll see how the obsession changes after. Maybe I'll be back to normal. Maybe I'll be back to my Animal Crossing era. Who knows? My roommate and I have been thinking about making a Bridgerton island, which I probably would not be able to share much from the progress, because we'd be building it like together, and so that'd be hard to kind of create content about. But we have been thinking about that, so maybe combining those 2 passions would be great or something. I'm not entirely sure. But yeah, like I said, so one of the things I usually kind of always did, or that always kind of helped me evade the burnout, was basically just that I really took time for it. Like I really just, like I sit down and I focus on it, right? Because a lot of times when I play Animal Crossing, I'll be like now, I'll be commenting on it meanwhile. And so I never really like very much entered that burnout stage because I just didn't, there wasn't any capacity to do so. Whereas for a lot of other people, Animal Crossing has just been one of their like passions and one of their free time hobbies and stuff. And so that's obviously going to be very different to how I play it, which is totally fine too. It's kind of like those you know when, okay, hold on. How do I say this? So, you know those accounts on like Instagram or TikTok, like Clean Talk, you know, where people like clean their apartments and they make content about it and they clean like 700 gazillion times per week. Or also people who like cook, and they always have this like super delicious fresh food and nutritious stuff, or people who do workout content and always look super fit and do workouts all the time, and sometimes you're questioning like, okay, why can I not do that? It's kind of like that because it's really unfair to yourself to compare yourself with that, because those people are literally spending their like the main amount of their time, like that's their full-time job, you know, the fact that they're cleaning, or that they're like making fresh food, or that they're working out, like that's part of their freaking job. That's what they get paid to do. While you might be working a completely different job while having to squeeze all those things into your everyday, you know, and I feel like that's very similar with Animal Crossing too. If you compare yourself to people who do this as a full-time job, then, you know, that's not really fair to you. So I feel like that's been very much a thing in the past. And now that it's kind of had to take a step back for me as well, because I did start like a different job. It's definitely kind of an adjustment, and I can definitely tell. And yeah, I don't know. Did that make sense? That was a bit rambly. I should have probably sorted through my thoughts first before getting all rambly about it. But you know, it kind of, yeah, those are kind of the feelings I have about that. Okay, real quick. So this isn't stunted yet, which we might just go ahead and stunt. I'm wondering if I should kind of have maybe some more custom designs here to indicate that you could maybe technically stand there. I kind of covered it with that one small tree, but maybe I can put like a couple more little tiles here, kind of add to the vibe from the downstairs part, you know? And then maybe we can drop like a shell here, and then this here could be a flower, I think. I already used my Cosmo, right? Because the Cosmo would be nice here. I think I haven't really seen a Cosmo being used. Then this is, I think, a better white flower. Or blue? No, I think blue where I have it is good. Though I could maybe try and change these. Okay, where was I? Where was I? So basically, I guess, yeah, this is me now trying to, number one, get back into my routine of things, you know, trying to keep recording some stuff for the Let's Play so that I have things to upload and just kind of be like, oh, you know, there's a new episode. I don't know what I'm talking about, y'all. And at the same time, you know, this is me making room for Animal Crossing, which, oh, it's so hard because my brain really is so full. Okay, so dilemma, we've got a hyacinth downstairs. We have a windflower just on the other side, a blue one, but I feel like this needs like a blue flower. Oh, Pate is still excited about this island. That's good. Maybe fine. I know I've gotten a couple of comments about like double flowers and how I usually pay so much attention to it, but still kind of put double flowers everywhere. So we'll see. I don't know if this is maybe an issue, but I'm a choose for it to maybe not be. We'll see. Yeah, so getting back into the routine, taking time to play Animal Crossing to get back into kind of the planning process of my islands and like enter that stage of hopefully being sort of inspired for it. I guess that's like one of the plans here. Like I said, if any of you have specific like topics about Animal Crossing or also maybe different videos or different games, feel free to point those out to me as well and let me know in the comments. Maybe there's going to be like an idea there that I see and I'm like, oh yes, I do want to make a video about that, you know. Might very much happen, and you know, then that would be fantastic, and maybe we'll get back into the groove of things. I also, you know, I've thought about this before, but I feel like every time with every combination of islands that I have going on, I find something else that bothers me. So I really don't think, I think this is just finding excuses. But I was thinking, so I have multiple switches, right? So that I can have multiple islands at the same time and kind of make a bit of like different content with all those. And I have been thinking right now, my combination of islands isn't the best either. So I have 4 switches, which means 4 islands. One of them is obviously this one, and this one is the most like different from all the others. So this one is kind of like pink, like blue, white, and pink, and then obviously green because we are playing in April, but that's kind of just like a nice like side effect. The other 3 are basically like green, you know? So maybe I'm missing a little bit of the variety because one of them is like a botanical garden. Then second one is kind of like a German core, I guess. I'm trying to kind of recreate like small, tiny villages, kind of like where I grew up in Germany. And a lot of that island is green. I have added a couple of like more like orangey, like orange, red, and I think maybe some dark touches to it too, like dark wood and darker flowers and stuff. But generally green. And then the third one, which I don't think I've talked about on my YouTube channel just yet because I wanted to make a video, but then the progress on it has basically stopped. So there's not been anything really worth mentioning there, I guess. But the next one is actually going to be a recreation of my very, very first island that I did, which was a plant core island. And plant core, of course, also means green. Lots and lots of green, actually. I was thinking of maybe including a couple of like spring core vibes to it. Although by the time that I get to that island, I don't know if makes like spring core maybe it makes no sense anymore. But spring core, so basically yellow and yeah, green, yellow, whites, maybe some orange. Technically, I guess like pink would be part of spring core, but I guess for the plant core island, I would probably not do it. I will say that one I'm kind of excited about still because also it's it'll basically be like recreating like the layout for my first island, so I don't have to think too much about like flow and, you know, landscaping decisions because Past Moline kind of already did that, which is pretty amazing. Like that's actually something I'm kind of looking forward to. So who knows, maybe that island will be very fun to make in the future. For now, you know, I don't know. I don't quite know. Now I'm questioning maybe whether I should have had this grow a little bit further or if just the tree stump here isn't the best idea. Plus I also, you know, I made this decision, but the spacing is all wrong and weird because like we're working, this is literally in the center of 4 tiles, which is like terrible. That's a terrible, terrible thing. Right. I think I'm gonna change that a little bit. I think I do want to keep like, you know, putting a couple more gyroids around the house. I think that's very cute. To continue the concert thingy, but I think the way I had it set up was probably not the smartest. Maybe we'll put more on the ground. Let me see if I've got a couple more gyroids here that I can use. But, you know, preferably some that move in like fun ways. And obviously ones that kind of fit the color scheme, although I can also customize them, of course. Oh, this one's cute. This one's like a little dancey one. Maybe a squeakoid. Kind of want to use another twangoid here. I've used one to the front there. Okay, what else have I used? What is Pate doing? Oh, I think she was smelling the flower. Okay. Okay, how about I have the little dancey one? Is that this one here? It is. It's very blue. Okay. Interesting, interesting. This is... Oh! Pate was suddenly feeling inspired. Oh my god, that is still so cute. I cannot. She's like so tiny too. She can barely reach the microphone, but she's doing a great job, I think. I think we're gonna probably add some stuff here. Like, I think this is a good moment for maybe even like, kind of want to put maybe like a Moroccan footrest if I can. Moroccan footrest and then like a gyroid, right? Let me see. We've got the Babloid. Interesting. Yeah, wait, but that's cute. Hold on, I kind of like it. I was thinking maybe we should even put one behind that too, although I guess... Okay, wait, I've got an idea. Maybe Moroccan footrest. And then do I have another round pillow? I do. Awesome. Okay, so maybe what we could do is kind of like one here. I'm gonna have to probably add some custom designs underneath, but I kind of want to see first if I like it at all. But so maybe the Babloid on there, although it's very white, I kind of want to maybe add a couple more like color vibes to this. Oh, and Pate's done. Okay, does that mean she didn't like that one? She didn't like this idea that I had? Is that how that works? I'm not sure. Oh, but that's cute, right? I think that's cute. Unfortunately, I'm too far away. They don't move. And I don't know if maybe we should have another shell, like this one here maybe, somewhere back there so we can add more music vibes or like another speaker sort of moment. Kind of want to continue the KK bubblegum vibes up here, you know? But I don't know if we should have another Lily record player. I'm gonna try, because I do still have one. I don't know if I want to make it too grand with like balloon lamps or anything like that. I don't think so anyways. All right, and then let me also grab the shell speaker here. Yeah, because I mean, there's also like the portable record player and stuff, but like these are going to be hard to kind of incorporate well, while the shell could just be like a filler thing, you know? Like that could just be a fun little decoration on the side. And I don't know about I think the record player is too much, especially because we got one downstairs, you know? Shell speaker. Is it even playing like... Are these two playing KK Bubblegum? Or what are they doing? Oh my god, I love the dancing one. That's so funny. Oh my god, I can't. I don't mind it. I think it's cute, actually. Can I maybe have like a pink flower here? Oh, I don't know which one. Hyacinth? And then we're gonna add some custom designs in a second. Yeah, still kind of works. I think this is gonna be the most important frame for me, personally. So there's that. And then maybe this here could be something else. Oh my god, that one downstairs is also going wild. Oh my god, the squeak-up. The squeak-up might be too much, y'all. I don't know. The squeak-up goes a little too hard, I think. Yeah, I mean, gyroids do... See, I can already kind of feel it getting, like, a little bit better. Because the gyroids just always make me kind of happy. Mm-hmm. Okay, and then technically I want to see this spot here. It's just kind of for spots right now. I'm not really looking for specific gyroids. Yeah, but this one's not great if you walk past it like this, you know? Wow, Squeaka, calm down, please. It's kind of nice if you stand here. If you run past it, I almost feel like I want to more, like, put it there. This is like, again, this is like 3 tiles, right? And then from here, it's not the best. Oh my god, look at these two in sync. I cannot. I don't know if we can use that again just because I've already used it right here. Maybe instead of the squeakoid though. Yeah, this isn't the best if you walk past it. I don't like that. No, no. What about here? Either on a half tile. I guess this is maybe sort of cute. It'd be a different one for sure. But this is cute. Or should the one on the cushion in the back, should that be... No, I kind of like that one. Okay, let me see about some other gyroids then maybe. Not the squeakoid. The squeakoid is gonna... I don't know. It's cute, but it always kind of drives me nuts because it's so squeaky, you know? Okay, how about the squeezoid? How about this one here? I don't know if I want this one. The whistloid? Whistloid also sounds kind of annoying. I'm gonna check the colors for the ringoid maybe. And maybe we can have another one of these here. Okay. Let's see. Let's get rid of the squeakoid and let's see. Yeah, not liking that one. Nope. Xylophoid. It's kind of cute. I don't know if the color would fit though. We're gonna have to check that. This one and one other one I think just still had to sort of be customized. There we go. Oh yeah, see, that comes in actually a couple of different colors. Oh, this is quite pretty. Let me try blue. Was I done with my checklist? I don't know if I was. I feel like I also don't really have the most like yeah, advice on burnout because I also do think that sometimes if you're not feeling inspired, then it's also it's totally fine to kind of lean into something else. You know, you don't have to force yourself to play anything if you don't want to. And like for me right now, like I know it. I'm on stream. I always apologize because I'm so obsessed with Bridgerton right now. And then some people always tell me like, don't apologize because it's something that you really enjoy right now. And that's actually quite an awesome thing. And you shouldn't ever have to apologize for that. And like in front of anyone, which is very true. And I will say, you know, Bridgerton is making me very happy at the minute. So maybe it's fine that I'm leaning into something else, but it's just, yeah, for me, I think that the job part obviously kind of freaks me out a little bit. Because I'm not ready to like, I don't want to give up content creation, you know, I'm not ready to give it up. I'm having so much fun with it. And I've been able to connect to so many amazing people and just, yeah, meet so many amazing people through it. And I get so many sweet comments all the time about like how my videos like improve someone's day. And I just, it's really hard to fathom, but it's a very big like privilege. And so, yeah, I definitely don't want to give it up just yet. Okay, how do I feel about this one? Oh my god. I don't know how to feel about this one. Looks a little drunk to me. Okay, what else do I have? The twangoid. Wait, that's the one. Yeah, that's that one. The boyoinged. Oh, that's the same one we have over there. Yeah, maybe we don't double gyroids. I feel like we have enough technically so that we don't have to double them. Yeah. How about I use maybe this one here? That's the xylophoid. And then this one here, which is the dutoid. That's my explaining gyroid on my botanical garden island. So on that one, I'm trying to use like a whole bunch of gyroids and give them all like a function. Like they're the little helpers in the garden. And those are always the one that kind of like explain stuff because their eye gets like enlarged and it feels just kind of accurate. Okay. See, I don't mind that. Like, balance-wise, it feels like I need another gyroid, like, here or something. But I do not think that that's gonna happen. Because you have to walk there, obviously. But maybe this is kind of sort of decent. You know? Making a little bit of progress all over the place today. but this is okay. Yeah, I sort of like that, I think. Is that covering the flower too much now? I could also move the flower or the fence. Kind of like the fence here. But technically I could move it backwards and put the flower in front. Fence in the gyroids, you know? Of course. Of course. Yeah, so like I said, I'm going to try to get back into routine. I'm going to try to get back into my inspo. I'm going to try to maybe come up with a couple more like fun ideas. Maybe also do some like different games, but it's always, I don't know. I do love Animal Crossing. It's how I started out. It's the game I have the most inspiration for. And so I feel like that's not going to be the easiest for me. And bask in my Bridgerton obsession as of right now, because it'll probably leave again, you know, let's be honest. And then we'll just kind of see where everything takes us. Okay, let me add a couple of custom designs underneath this so I can kind of count this as sort of done. I think I'm going to have a puddle underneath the shell. I definitely want to have a shrub behind this for some reason. I kind of really see a shrub behind this. We're gonna do some leaves, I think, underneath this here. Or maybe we're gonna do some leaves on this one. Then some small flowers. And then some leaves on this one. Ah, dang it, okay. Hold on. Hold on, we'll just kind of drop something real quick so we can do that. Okay, awesome. So, here's the leaf codes. Awesome. Then we've got the Moroccan footrest. And see, I don't know. This was the Babloid, I think. Yes, perfect. This was the round pillow. With the, maybe the rhumbloid? Was that the rhumbloid? It was the rhumbloid. Awesome. And then this here was the shell speaker. There we go. Shell speaker that plays KK Bubblegum. On highest possible volume, of course. Yes. And then we're gonna do some, maybe some leaves here too. I think leaves are kind of the most, I might be overdoing it again with the codes, but leaves are always like a good filler that don't take up like too much space, I guess. So we're gonna do those with some simple wooden fencing. There and there. And then I might attempt to do maybe another one of those flower codes. I feel like that's quite pretty. So that would be this one here. For that gyroid. Ooh, is that... That's not the squeakoid. Dang it, which one is that? I forgot! No, squeezoid was the rear mosaic tile-y ringoid. Oh, that was that one, okay. Twangoid? No. Oh, this one here, the xylophoid. That was actually an easy one to remember. I should have known that. Whatever. All right, and then I don't know, maybe we'll do this as a shrub too, and we'll do the thing to the side as a weed. Or maybe this could be a tree, actually. This could be a tiny tree, like, I don't have any with me. Be a cedar tree. Smaller cedar tree here, maybe. At least, you know, I filled a couple of tiles today. In my books, I feel like this is probably a good-ish solution, or result, I guess. And then maybe after this one, because also, actually, something I have been kind of obsessed with recently, is like Billie Eilish. I've already, oh, wait, you know what? Also, maybe it'd be better. Yeah, I think maybe we'll get rid of the tree stump because I just realized that I can't plant anything anywhere here. That's not great. I've always really loved her music, but for some reason I didn't realize that she published like released a new album. I think that's a way to say that. She released a new album just in, I think, May, and I kind of sort of missed it. And then I guess then I discovered it, and then I have been listening to it on repeat the last few days while I'm like doing other things. And for some reason for me, Billie Eilish music always kind of puts me in a very different like zone. Like I just enter a completely different part of my brain, I feel like, and it's quite nice. And so I've been very much absorbed in that, I think. So yeah, that's been something I've been doing recently, which has been quite nice. Okay, wait, maybe this could be something pink instead. I don't know where the next mum was. Oh, right there, dang it. And maybe windflower then. So yeah, what I was gonna say is that maybe after this, I will attempt to record a little no commentary long play that I kind of already started the other day. And meanwhile, I'll just continue listening to some Billie Eilish, and then we'll see if all those things combined kind of, you know, restore my inspo. Okay, no, not loving this. Yeah. I don't know if, maybe this one here isn't the best. Like maybe that is better. Not from this perspective, though. Why is this one here so hard? I hate it. Wow, that one's also going strong. Maybe that? And then maybe we can put a leaf pile over this. And then maybe this could be regular stuff. See, could have maybe stayed the cedar stump. Dang it. Yeah, and then I can listen to some music while building, while doing something. It also would be on my botanical garden island so that one gets a little bit more progress done, which is nice. Because maybe, who knows, you know, I'll start like a new island in the future that'll be kind of like a different color scheme, and that one will be super inspiring again. Or maybe, who knows, Animal Crossing will actually, or Nintendo will finally release some news, and then that'll kind of restore some, like, you never know what's gonna spark the inspo, you know? You never know. Okay, or maybe like close-ish to that gyroid. Huh? No? Okay, I might have to leave these tiles open because I think I shouldn't enter anything that's like too frustrating right now, because that's just not going to be great for anyone. For anyone involved. It's just not great from like this perspective, is it? It's not. What did I have against this spot here? Just like on the tile? Okay, but I want to try maybe to plant the lily of the valley here. It doesn't really go out to the side either. Or is this one here the problem? Does this need to just be half a tile and then, well, and then I guess like, wait, this would be the gyroid and the flower would probably move over. There's some interesting, like, slight construction noises going on, but it sounds like a neighbor is just kind of hammering into the wall or something. In case you hear that, I apologize. But yeah, it just started, like, and it's quite random, I think, so we'll see. We'll see. Yeah, maybe this is better, huh? Switching them around, we'd switch the flower to the back, I think, and then this would just be some leaf code, I guess, underneath that one. And then the flower might be here. And then there might be like a weed in front of it. And then maybe the leaf pile would just be sort of, wait. Leaf pile would be sort of like there. Yeah. That might be better. Okay, let's attempt to do that real quick with like codes and everything. And I think after we're gonna call it a day and we'll see. We'll see how this journey will continue. I did want to initially, by the way, I don't know if I think I talked about that before. I wanted to try and finish this island in time for our 3 year anniversary. When did we start this island? But that was definitely in like, I think end of June, start of July. So that's not going to happen now because it's definitely taken me too long. There's been too many breaks in between and everything. So that's not going to happen, unfortunately. But I would like to finish it this year for sure. Because it's, you know, it's time that this project is, like it comes to an end or like is finished. It deserves to be completed. And like, it's still, you know, there's still a bit to do, but, I don't think it's completely unreasonable. Question? Oh yeah, no, that's too much. That's too much. Okay, why don't I just go ahead and skip so that the tree, this one here is grown, and I think this one needs to grow one more stage. And also the shrubs are grown, and then we'll look at this and kind of, yeah, judge it one last time for today. And here we go. All right, so I think I do still need to stun this one over here. Yes, but then the others I did already stunned, and the shrubs have grown in, and I think it's not the worst. I think it is not the worst. I decided to also stunt this one here at third stage because I feel like, you know, if it gets any larger, it might be a little awkward. This one here is quite large if you kind of stand here. However, I do think it works because, you know, as soon as you stand here, it doesn't cover anything and it just adds a nice little bit of greenery to kind of the bottom left, which I think is quite nice. For some reason, I wish there was a tree in this gap here. Because, you know, we have the books kind of in that gap, so it's kind of taking care of it and it's a bit asymmetrical in a way. But generally, I think this is totally fine. Yeah, not too many tiles covered, but some of them at least. We got a couple of gyroids put down, a little bit more concert here to the right hand side. I think that's quite nice. So we will leave it at that. Thank you all so much for watching today. Make sure that you are subscribed. You know, who knows what you'll see next. We'll see where the journey takes us, both on this island and on my channel as well. But yeah, if you like the video, also make sure to give it a thumbs up, please. That would really help with the algorithm. And then I hope that you have a fantastic time until I hopefully see you in one of my next videos. Bye, everyone.